I can't believe it's almost the end of November. It's wild.
Pretty
We are
soon.
live. All right. Hi, Ursula.
Hello.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, Jess.
Oh,
I
I'm
think I have a
experiencing.
little bit of a delay while we're grounding in.
Yeah, I'm noticing that too as soon as you hit go
You
live.
are. We got glitchy.
And now,
We were
now
just
it's a little
fine
better.
behind the scenes. But StreamYard, when it puts it together or shows it, sometimes it doesn't show you guys the glitch and it just shows it to us. So that could be happening too.
Yep.
Ursula's nodding in real time, so I think we're tuning in. And I feel like Jesse's more there now.
I think it's catching up.
Jeez Louise. Well, welcome. Happy Thursday. Feeling loved and blessed. It's Thanksgiving week. So a lot of gratitude in our theme, which was our theme for our soul broadcast this month too.
There's a link for that.
What was that?
I put a link for that in the notes.
Oh, awesome. Excellent. So you guys right from our description, either on YouTube or on Facebook, you can go ahead and check it out. Jess.
I'm sharing into our group right now.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Jess, I was also going to ask if you would share a little bit more about your dragons. This is our last month on dragons, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But Ursula's laughing. It's true. I have no say in it really. But because I was only going to do it for October and then nope, November too. So maybe December. I feel like maybe probably. But anyway, so I have Organite Dragon, Personal Soul Dragon. I don't know what you're offering right now. Through SeaGoddessHealingArts.com. As started with the eclipse season offering and then continued into the shadow period afterwards. And now that I'm talking about it out loud, I feel like they're probably gonna like fly right through to January with the new year, actually. So, well, that's always constantly developing. Anyway, I offer them when I'm guided to do so, and they're on offer right now. And it's basically me pulling through your personal dragon into an Organite piece. It can be done completely intuitively or different elements of it intuitively, like color, stones, healing intentions, however you'd like. We communicate, after the order and however she come, he or she, or actually all, you know what, there's been non-gender, it's wild. The dragons, they're a whole thing. So I'm not even gonna yeah, so I pull them through and I'm babbling. Help, ladies. So
well, I'm glad you're babbling, and I was going to ask too. Hey, Cynthia, glad you're here. We got a little bit of a glitchy late start, but here we are now. And actually, I was going to interrupt your babbling to ask you to explain to our listeners from your mouth, because I say it all the time, and so does Ursula. What is orgone and organite, and what is that in the first place? And then we can talk about the dragon part.
Well, orgone is life force energy, also known as prana or chi. It's another word that was used by the scientist who proved its physical existence, Dr. Wilhelm Reich. Orgone energy is life force energy. Organite is a combination of materials that that harnesses the orgone energy as it goes through into a more harmonious organization, and it also it also blocks EMFs and radiations, Wi-Fi radiation, cell tower issues, stuff like that. People use big ones to grid their property, big rooms with bigger ones. There could be whatever size. And so I my original thought was, how do I find new ways to get these things to people? So I eventually just started making cool like shapes and stuff instead of I started out with pucks and pyramids. And so then I just thought, well, why not do anything else, right? So the dragons came to me for a different reason. I called on for some spiritual help a few years ago, and they came to me through my Organite making. And so here we are.
So here we are. And
yeah,
it really makes
it's
it
a combination of inorganic and organic materials under the pressure of the resin that makes it work. There's clear quartz, metal shavings, and I put other healing stones in there to get extra benefit. But really all you do need is clear quartz with the metal in equal. Try to get as close to 50-50 ratio as possible for it to work the best. The more metal, the better. Yeah, you can jump right on down a rabbit hole if you I could talk forever, but I'm not going to.
Well, I'm grateful you answered the call, and I'm grateful Wilhelm created it too. And I know that when I use this dope coaster, my shit feels more charged. And I tell everyone this when we're out at our markets and stuff. I love putting a pyramid or a piece between my head and my cell phone when I'm sleeping, because I still like to have my cell phone close by, like in case there's an emergency or whatever. Or sometimes I use I put like music on or different things on it and stuff. And so I love having a pyramid or a piece in between my head when I'm sleeping and my phone while it's charging. And I really do feel like it diffuses it. And Jessie also makes custom pieces for your pets too. It works really well for dogs, especially for anxiety, that I know of, because I have 3 dogs and it's worked awesome for that. Cynthia's here. Hi, John. Hi, Sophia. Hey, Mary. So glad you're all here. Yes, we are going to be doing readings. So if you would like a reading, please let us know. Say, yes, I'd like a reading. Or if you have a question or whatever it is, drop a comment, because we will not read for you unless you ask us to. So right now, Mary is the first one on our list. And we were just talking about Jessie's amazing custom organite. Ursula, we'll take the heat off you for a sec, Jess. Urs, will you tell us about your upcoming CIA class and what the CIA is and all that jazz?
Yeah, so I am honored to be teaching a webinar next week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And that is an professional astrological organization with a whole bunch of different levels and varieties of astrologers and people that are just astrology enthusiasts. And it's a wonderful organization. I've been a member of it, I think, since like 2019. And they have a variety of information and resources on their website. And one of their big things is education. So they have a whole library of webinars. If you're a member, you have access to the library, but they also do a la carte style. So if you want to just watch one or buy one, you can. So you can join as a member and or purchase a ticket for the webinar that I'm doing next week. And it's all about astrological aromatherapy. And I just released my full moon lunar blend. This is the second one that I've done since I started doing them again after a couple years of a break. And that is for the full moon coming up on Tuesday in Gemini. And it's a combination of what's this one woman's work, Patricia Davis, that I follow and use in my work. She picked these signature oils for every zodiac sign based on her work as an aromatherapist and a massage therapist, and started combining the two and seeing quite an improvement in her clients when she was doing her massage work. So I've adopted her signature oils and I've been pulling them into my own work and trying to kind of create different ways to use them. So the lunar blend for the full moon coming up on Monday is Basil Sweet, which is the signature oil that she developed for the sign of Gemini. Black pepper, which is the one she in her studies defined for Sagittarius, which is Sagittarius season begins tomorrow. So that's where the sun will be. And then I put patchouli in there as well. Our new moon on the 13th of November was in Scorpio, and patchouli is the oil that she assigned to the sign of Scorpio. So that is available on our website. It's only $14, and that's enough. So you saw the little bottle Mandy was holding up. It's pretty much enough for the energy of the full moon. It's what's called a stock blend. So all the oils are together in that little bottle, and you can use it in your diffuser. You can add it to water and use a spray. And I feel that, and in my experience and everybody else that's experienced this so far, and since I started doing them, it kind of eases the tension of the full moon by putting those opposing signs oils together. So it's like a astrological aromatherapy, soothing energy for the intensity of the full moon.
And beautiful, subtle support. Like you said, it's just something you can have going around. Like, you're doing enough with your shadow work and trying to show up and all the things. It's something that you can just have and like as being there to soothe and support you. And they're great. Ursula makes them custom. This is what it looks like. This is last month's. And it lasted me a long time. So she definitely hooks you up and it's wonderful. And even when you get down to close to your last drops, you can still use it to smell and to, just because it's a different full moon or a different blend doesn't mean you can't still use it. And it's worth it. And Ursula uses incredible ingredients that she sourced or that she found were sourced well and that she believes in. And so I know that it serves me and I'm sure that they will serve you. So yes, get your dragons, get your oils. We got some things. And Sophia's here. She said, I love my dragon. I am so happy. And I love my dragon and so happy. I'd love a reading. What can I do energetically to energetically clean myself up, to open up my connection to my team? Rock and roll. Awesome. Sophia also wants to know, and we're putting you on the list, Sophia, if you are these blends that you can diffuse.
Yes, they're primarily for diffusing, Sophia. It's
Awesome.
Pretty much 5 to 10 drops per diffuser based on the size of the diffuser, the size of the room. And each blend is about 50 drops in that little bottle that Mandy held up. So you can use it for a few days around the full moon. You're welcome.
Yay. All right. So let's get our reading party started. If you are here and you'd like a reading, please let us know. If you're just hanging out and holding space, that's awesome also. Cynthia said hello. John said, nice to see you. Sophia said, hey. And Mary is our first reading. Mary said, reading, please. Would you like to go first, Urs?
Sure. I'm really loving pulling from my Sacred Rebels deck lately. So I'll be using this one again today. For anybody that wants a reading, I'll just pull one card. And there's actually a healing process that goes along with all of these cards. And in our live readings for our Soul Garden members yesterday, I read the healing process for every card that I pulled. And they were all really beautiful messages. So I'll just kind of continue on with that today since all that wonderful energy and information came through, as well as the energy of the full moon that we have brewing, especially it being right after Thanksgiving. Our Sacred Rebels, being ourselves is one of the best things we can do in our lifetimes, I believe. So be yourself, regardless of who you're around, if you can. And let's see what Mary has for today. Dream a beautiful dream, Mary. Card number 19. And that the flower of life has been coming up a lot in the cards that I've been pulling for the last day or so. So this is just a really beautiful card and this is the energy that's kind of present with Sagittarius season, but also the full moon that's coming because it's going to be in the sign of Gemini. One of the taglines I think I'm going to use as I go more into the energy of it with my podcast this week and everything is let your curiosity be your guide. Let your dreams, especially, and your intuitions and your imagination kind of hold whatever vision you're crafting for yourself at this time. So that's the energy that we're in with Gemini and Sagittarius. It's really the dynamic between ideas and then the path of knowledge and the new ideas into wisdom. So, and philosophy. There's a lot to do with just our mental state with the two signs of Gemini and Sagittarius. So let's see. It's card number 19. 6. So the healing process for this card is imagine, visualize, or perceive a softly glowing, radiant, golden light within your head. It expands outward in all directions without losing its radiance or power. Everything it touches, it casts into graceful, beautiful harmony, including your mind. Be with this light, be at peace, and let it happen. When you are ready, simply open your eyes and say, the perfect harmony of beauty awakens within me and all around me. I serve that golden light in unconditional love and creative power. You have finished your healing process. So that was for you, Mary.
Beautiful. All right. Next up, we have Jessie for Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. So I pulled the card as I just knew it was my turn. I didn't know it was you. But this, I just feel like, of course it is. So I drew from my Avalon deck. And I'm just saying that because I spent a lot of time with Sophia's general energy field with her dragon and stuff. And not that I particularly know anything that's going on, but I can just tell that this card is important. I got the cat. Represents independence and healthy boundaries. And so my dear heart friend Sophia, I know that you know who this is talking about, even though I don't exactly, but I feel like you do. Independence and healthy boundaries, that's number 18 here. And I'm going to draw from my animal deck just because I'm feeling animally. I don't know. So I pulled from my power animal deck and I got another cat, Black Panther, passion. Follow your passion. Embrace independence and put up and maintain the boundaries that you already know that you need. And like I got 2 kitties. And they're both surrounded by like leaves. So find some trees. I'm not saying climb them necessarily, but find them and like be with them. Be with the trees. I also feel like you know where I'm talking about, even though again I don't. But this all feels just like she knows. So your heart knows what's happening. So following your joy and your passion and not giving a flying F about anybody who has a problem with it, pretty much, would be my advice. And I love you. So.
Well, Sophia loved that. She said, yes, self-proclaimed cat lady here. I feel honored. She said she loves this and she's obsessed with that message and her backyard. And she said, yes, my backyard. And she loves you too. So there you go. You're tuning into something. Hey, Cynthia, welcome back. We got a little late start, but we are here now. If you would like a card, let us know. If anybody wants a card or a reading, let us know. And if not, that is okay too. Urs, what else do we have coming up? We've got an online soul circle too, right?
We have that coming up on Monday. So we'll be talking about the full moon and in that full moon energy. That's Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So we have that coming up. Also, if you're local, we'll be at the Zen Landing Wellness Studios Makers Market on Saturday from 4 to 9, I think it is. And they timed that with the tree lighting in downtown Mays Landing. So that should be a lovely night. The weather's supposed to be nice, a little chilly, but nice. The storm will have cleared out. And we'll have Jess's Orgone energy pieces there. I'll actually have a few of the lunar blends for sale. So if you're in the South Jersey area, come see us in person on Saturday, which will be nice.
Yep, that'll be fun. And I'll be there tonight too, doing readings. It's Tuesday. So I'll be at Sage Lady's shop tonight, and then we'll both be there on Saturday. And yeah, support your small businesses. We also have Ladies Night coming up at Iliano's. That's going to be December 7th from 3 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. And I did it last month. It was so fun. We're doing it again. Lexi's going to be down here. We're going to be doing Sea Goddess Sparkle Hair. And Ursula's going to be there. My mom's going to be there doing like our merch shop and stuff. Jesse's going to be here. It's the whole gang. Jesse's going to be doing readings. It's going to be fun. So if you want to do a fun ladies night, come on out to Iliano's in Hamilton on December 7th. So we've got a few things going on. Beth said, oh, hey, she's in the house. Cynthia said she'd like a reading. So we're putting Cynthia on the list. And Pete's here. Hey, Pete. He said, hello. beautiful souls. What's up, Pete?
Hey.
I'm glad you're here. Nice to see you. Cool. So next up is a reading for Cynthia, and that's me actually, but I need to take 1 second because I have to close my door. Oh, here comes Beth because my dog opened it and it's distracted me.
I'll answer Cynthia's question while you're doing that, Mandy. The donate button, we have our virtual tip jar link in the description of the show, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. And that links to our digital business card, which has links to our Cash App, our PayPal, our Venmo, and I think that's it. And if you can't find that in the description, just scroll to the bottom of our homepage and all that information is there as well.
There was another question about stars. I'm not really sure how that translates into donations. Like, I know that we've gotten a few donations of stars before, but I don't think that it ever really translated into anything, right?
We couldn't get it to connect.
Yes, we have not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's connected to our PayPal?
No, I said we couldn't get it to connect to our PayPal, so it's better to just donate directly rather than through Facebook.
Yep. Yeah, we've been working on the star thing, but yeah, we were having some issues with it. And yeah, that was it. I couldn't remember. We couldn't get the PayPal to connect. So yes, direct donations are lovely. And we're grateful for the stars too. And thank you. Thanks for bringing it up, Cynthia. We had one of our beautiful clients a while ago asked us like, hey, you guys got a tip jar for when you're doing this? And we're like, we do actually. We created one. So now we put it out there and it helps us pay our bills each month. And we're grateful for it. It's never required, but if you want to bless us, we will certainly accept it. Awesome. Cynthia said, I will try to find it. I'm still having trouble figuring out how to change my card number to pay for the membership. Okay, so that's another awesome thing to bring up. We have this beautiful Soul Garden membership. It's $11.11 a month, and you get all kinds of bang for your buck. You get a meditation, you get a private readings just for the members, you get first access to our blog. And what's the other thing I'm forgetting? One more thing I'm forgetting.
Live readings just for members.
Yep, and the live readings just for members. So we will connect with you, Cynthia, and figure out what's going on. But you can in your membership. Beth said, I love being a part of the membership. Oh, I'm so glad you do. And this community. And Pete said, if spirit moves you, I'm always open to a reading. Yes, you have to ask. So we will definitely put you on the list. So now we got Cynthia, Beth, and Pete on the list. And then Cynthia, we'll see if we can figure out what's going on with the card. But usually you can just go kind of like an Amazon account or an online account. You go like right on in and just switch out your card number is the easiest way. But we can probably figure out a back way to do that. And I'm so glad you guys are all here. So without further ado, I am going to do a reading for Cynthia. I was looking for her comment. There we go. Cool. For Cynthia, feeling the rose deck for you today. A rose card and an angel card. Roses and angels. What does Cynthia need to know most today? One. Two. All right. Very interesting. You got the Brothers of the Rose. Sacred masculine, honor, protection, support. They want you to know that even though things have been really intense lately and there's been a lot of loss and fear and health stuff and different things coming in, there's also been a lot of beauty and strength and different support. And they want you to know that you are very supported by masculine energy in your life. Even if it doesn't always seem that way, there's definitely some constants here in the physical. And they want you to give some gratitude to that and to notice that. They also want you to honor your own divine masculine within yourself. That's the part of you that's like, all right, I need to go do a stretch, or I need to go to bed soon, or I need to drink some water. That's the part of you that actually gets up and moves and does the part that needs to get nurtured. And so that's something that's really been riding with you lately too, is your own personal actions. And they just want you to know too, you have a lot of masculine support on the spirit side as well. I just see angels and ancestors and grandfathers and uncles and just energy walking its way towards you at this time. And you are very gifted. You're very clairvoyant and psychic, and You get messages, so keep your eye out for connections for males and ancestors in your life who, maybe you didn't even know at this point in your life, or had passed on long before you came along, but now you get a time to really connect with them. You then get Archangel Gabriel, speak your truth. Thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak my truth with integrity. I'm seeing this. They're showing you really expressing what it is that you want, what it is you need, and then also allowing others to speak their truths back without taking things personally at times, because there are certain things, and we're getting into holiday season and growing pains and family and stuff like that. So call on Archangel Michael, or Archangel Gabriel and Michael for protection. Anytime it's time for you to speak your truth, and when it's time for others to speak their truths, so that you can feel protected. It's not that you necessarily agree with what they're saying, but they're just showing you're maybe in a higher up position, kind of like you have a little bit more wisdom. So it's about just sitting back and letting them express, and then figuring out how you want to handle it. So just know good talks from the heart are coming up, and it's important very much that you share and speak your truth from a place of love and grace and integrity. So I hope that supports you, Cynthia. All right. Next up, I believe, was it Beth next?
It was Beth. I got her.
Beth. All right. Ursula for Beth.
Beth from Sacred Rebels. Your card for today is Heaven Sent. It's card number 33. And that is just like a crown chakra explosion connection to spirit message if I've ever seen one before. So the healing process on this card for you is short and sweet. Say, through unconditional love, I now accept the spiritual gifts that are bestowed upon me. With complete trust and gratitude, so be it. So I think that whatever that means as far as your connection to source, connection to spirit, whatever work that you've been doing recently in that area, in that realm, keep going with it, and just know that that is part of the divine that's within you at all times. And I love the number 33 for that as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Urs. Okay, Jesse for Pete.
Hey, Pete. Let's see what we got for Pete.
Pete's a cool soul. Pete's one of our hippie buddies.
All right. So I'm going to pull from it's an angel deck by Kyle Gray. Wow, it's pretty. I pulled Blessings and Abundance. That's so pretty. I'm focusing here. So okay, so I feel like this is representing like your personal clarity. Like, this is clarity. What are you doing, and why are you doing it? And so the brighter the light of clarity in your life, the more blessings and abundance you'll experience. So when you feel unsure, a path would be to get clear on your desires, goals, dreams. Maybe not completely clear, because these things always change, but you can focus and get a better feeling of clarity as to what's important. And I just keep hearing, what are you doing and why are you doing it? And so if you can get real clear on your motivations, basically it looks like a pretty clear path will open up in front of you. And that's just completely internal stuff there. There's really, I don't see anything blocking you externally. It's going to be your internal sureness. Let me just pull another one. I'm going to go with my animal deck.
I like that description, your internal sureness.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's a word, but
Sounds
going with
very
it.
like strong intuition. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So two came out of the animal deck. We got bear, another boundaries card, stand your ground. What I feel like that is not really exactly standing your ground in regards to external forces. It's kind of standing your ground with yourself. Like, this is what I want, and I need to understand that I have to do things to get there. So it's standing your ground against your own maybe tendencies. And we have wolf, guardian. You are safe and protected at all times. And so through that process of basically becoming internally clear and sure and standing up to your chatter, like I call it mental chatter, you're safe and protected all the way through that. And so there is no place for fear there. So I hope that helps. That was a pretty strong message, and there's really not much else to, yeah. Well,
There you go.
nice to meet you,
Rock
Pete.
and roll. Hey, Heather. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. Let us know if you'd like a reading. And our reading list now goes, I'm going to read for Marianne next. Urs is going to read for Jan. And then Jess is going to read for Lacey. So, Jan, Lacey, you're on the list. Don't worry. Oh, Emily's here. What up, Em? Sending some love from Michigan. We love our Em. We love you all. We're so glad you're here. Heather, Em, if you want a card, let us know. All right. And I'm going to go back up to Mary Ann's comment. And she would like a card or a read, please. You got it. I'm feeling the roses and angels today. So, get one of each for Mary Ann. Roses. Angels. Ooh, you have some action going on here, sister. First, you get plant yourself here, and then you get healthy choices. So the plant yourself here says integration, embodiment, grounded action. This is a time for you very much to know you're exactly where you need to be. And even though it's winter time, you are cutting off all the things no longer serving you so that you can plant deep, deep roots. And it's okay to let yourself be where you're at this time. The integration things that are coming up, they're just showing you come into some awareness, you're holding space, you're doing some healing, particularly in your lineage, particularly with a lot of family stuff at this time. So know that what you're wanting to do in root and plant, it is in alignment. And not only that, you get supportive energies around it to encourage you to do it at this time. And like the card says, it calls for action. It calls for some grounded action of, all right, I need to give myself permission to do this. And what do I need in order to make that happen? And then you pair it with healthy choices. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy decisions. So part of the planting and the nourishing and all of that, it's just to give you more life force. And then for that to bleed out beautifully into your lineage. On both sides. So know that it's very much meant to be a beautiful internal journey. You're going to be doing some things that, help your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual state, but it also really helps you to get inspired and feel really, really grounded in what you're doing. So this is your permission to keep on going, to let yourself be planted and to let yourself integrate and know that the healthy choices you're making or calling in are very much serving you and are meant to at this time. So if you're feeling any of that rising or you need a little push towards it, this is your opportunity for that. Thanks for being here. I hope that supports you, Marianne. All right. Next up is Urs for Jan.
Sophia commented, there's a strong collective message of boundaries. And I'm seeing that as well as trusting ourselves, which I think is coming up a lot. And this card was the first time I pulled it was yesterday. And now it's coming out again. So card number 2 for Jan, inner trust. Trust yourself, inner trust. And here is the healing process for this one, which is beautiful. So whenever you're ready, you can do it now or with the replay later. Place your hands on your heart and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in the love of my heart. Place your hands on your stomach and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in my instincts. Place your hands on your belly and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in the flow of life. Say the following aloud, I trust myself, I trust in my higher self, I trust in life. When I don't know, my higher self does know. I am guided by the wise voice of my higher self within my heart. I trust myself and I allow myself to be guided in all things by the wise, instinctive knowing within. I am not afraid to be seen. I unveil myself from my hiding places, and step by step, I show myself with all my unique beauty to the world. I am seen and I am received with love by myself and by others. I am worthy. And just the image on the card is this figure cloaked, and it just feels like through that process the cloak can come off. And those 3 specific points where it says to place your hands are 3 chakra points in our bodies as well, the heart, the solar plexus, and the sacral chakras. So just focus on those areas specifically as far as this being part of the process as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, that image, it is hauntingly beautiful.
It really is.
Very potent one. Yeah. That one showed up yesterday on our scene and it's back. I know. Hello. Cool ghost, angel, cloaky, whatever you are. And Pete had some really good feedback for you too. Jess, he said, thank you so much. It's great to meet you as well. Wolf has always been with me. And yes, the chatter within has always been constant. Thanks for the confirmation that I need to set my own internal boundaries. So more confirmation for what Sophia was saying is there really is. And you know what? It's fall, guys. The reason that trees drop leaves is because the leaves are there to serve them in the summer and bring in nutrients, but the tree will not survive the winter if it has the leaves on it. So it literally is like, hey, thanks so much for being here all summer, leaves. Like, it was great. Time for you to go now. And it cuts off its water supply. And that's why they shrivel up and get all beautiful as we watch them die and shrivel up. And then they fall. And the tree is able to live throughout the winter. So there's a big thing with boundaries internally, externally, all over right now. Whenever you need a reminder, look at the trees and what they're doing, because if they don't cut off their leaves, they die. It's amazing. And Sophia also said, powerful message, Ursula. And Pete said, Mandy's reading for Cynthia also resonated with me. I was meant to hear that as well today. Oh, yeah. You're a brother of the rose, mister. And Cynthia, yes, I know Jesse answered it. This will be, once we end the live, it's available for you to rewatch. So don't you worry. No biggie, which is so beautiful with our constant, awesome. I give gratitude all the time with like our instant technology. Like, I remember being a kid and like, if you missed it, if you had to go to the bathroom or like you missed the end of the show or the phone rang, that was it. You couldn't watch the replay. There was no replay. Now we have it everywhere. It's amazing all the time. So 0 worries about that. Beth said, me and Mandy were just chatting about that too, but it hadn't been categorized as boundaries. But that's exactly what it is. Thank you. Yeah, we were chatting about some of that energy. I like that picture of you and your dogs, Beth. That's great. All right. So next up is Jess for Lacey. And Jess, this had a specific question. She's looking to connect with her sister or see if her sister has a message for her. She said, would love a message from Spirit. And then before that, she also said, good afternoon, ladies. Could really use a message from my sister. So we'll see what comes through for you, Lacey. We're glad you're here.
Okay. So as you were talking, Mandy, I usually draw the card as soon as I hear the name of the person. I don't like to draw the card until then, because then it might be for someone else who's here, you know? So, anywho, I pulled from the Avalon deck, and the card that I got is the Eagle, which represents spirit, integrity, and connection to the angelic realm. So already, before we'd even established that you were looking for a connection to somebody specific, they were already here to let you know that you are already connected. And and you might be seeing birds like that. Not necessarily an eagle. I'm feeling like maybe like, you know, those type of majestic birds though, like hawk, eagle. What's the other one? Your osprey. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, so I don't know why that popped in my head. So anyway, birds of prey, basically predator birds, but not like because of that. Just
We have osprey nests right out back here.
no, really.
They're dope.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so I'm just saying.
Sorry, I
like,
interrupted, Jess. I was like, we have osprey dope. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they're great.
So this card is establishing that the connection to your sister is already here. And it's here, whether it's here any, like without the three of us giving you cards, it's here. This is representing your already present connection to the angelic realm, to spirit, and also the integrity of that connection. Like it's not your imagination. Okay. So that being said, I'll pick a card from the deck that I use during card readings when a more mediumship type question is being asked. So that's interesting that card came out of a normal deck for me, indicating that this connection to the spirit realm is already present. So anywho, here we go. Okay, so I pulled Blessings of Abundance. So she has her arms full of like really luxurious, nourishing fruits. Okay, I'm pulling another one for clarity. Okay, so we have faith. Basically, it comes down to your belief. If you believe that you're connected, you are. If you believe that you are not, you are not. And so the only thing in between this realm and that realm and your blessings of abundance, which I'm viewing as kind of like proof of a connection, is representing the abundance here, but really the only thing in between is your own self and your own strength of what you feel is true. So the more open you become to a world where there really is no veil between worlds, like I don't live in a world with a veil, really. So the more open you can become to that idea, the more real it will immediately be, because your your ancestors and your loved ones they're always here. Time does not exist on that, I don't even like saying other realm, but where where her energy is coming from, time doesn't exist. So she's not going. There's no going to anywhere. There's no time frame. There's no stuck. There's no anything like that. It's just existence. And so I just pulled another card and I got believe. So yeah, like I just pulled a card using the exact word that I was using before. And this is interesting because Saint Hildegard von Bingen is who my grandmother is named after. So whenever I get this card from this deck, it's always like a message for me too. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for that. I call this deck my grandma deck just because when I first started using it, I noticed everybody's grandma was coming through this deck. And so that's just what I call it. And now it's kind of opened up to the spirit realm. And so when my actual grandma comes through the grandma deck, it's like pay attention. So you are already extremely connected. And only thing that has any bearing on success of any kind for you is your own personal belief and faith in yourself or in the existence of whatever you're going for. And I feel that very, very strongly. Very strong, like getting really flushed. So I hope that resonates. I know it sounds kind of simple and general, but this message is so strong because it does apply to all things in your life. And there's really nothing in between you and your loved ones. You can talk to them anytime. They're here. And the more open you are to receiving messages, the more messages you will receive. I hope that helps. Feel that one really. Whew. I'm all flushed.
Big love for you. Big love for you, Lacey, from Jess. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're all here. Pete had a good comment. He also said, he quoted you and said, belief is connection and connection is belief. Perfectly said. He enjoyed that. So next up, we have Emily, Heather, and Danielle. I'm going to read for Heather or Emily. Ursula's going to read for Heather, and then Jess is going to read for Danielle. And then I also saw that Sandy hopped on here too. Oh, Fidget Gal. All right. So Sandy and Fidget Gal are going to be, and Kelly. All right. One last little round. So Sandy, Fidget Girl, and Kelly are going to be our last for the night, for the day. And we're going to do 6 readings now. And then that's going to be that. So I'm just writing y'all down, make sure I didn't forget. We've got Sandy, Fidget, and Kelly. Cool. And then we're going to wrap it on up. So I'm going to get started with Emily. So glad you guys are all here. Hello, welcome, big love. And Heather's excited. She said Heather and Urs. Oh, good. All right, cool. So I'm going to go back up to Emily's comment. So I've got her up here. She said she's sending y'all some love from Michigan too, and asked if she could have a card. Roses and angels for Emily. Roses. I love this for you. Come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. This is so for you right now, sister. You've been working so hard on all of your beautiful divine feminine energy. And I know I even shared this morning in Shadow Twerk and stuff, a whole thing, I think it was this morning or yesterday, about building the garden so that the nobody who wants to see a butterfly goes around and chases butterflies. They build a beautiful garden for it to come to and enjoy. And that's what the divine feminine essence is all about. And you're given permission. You're being given a lot of permission to jump in that juicy energy, to just be yourself and allow yourself to attract everything it is that you're wanting and desiring, because you're very abundant at this time. You then get express your creativity. Thank you, angels, for helping me to express my inner creator. You know what this is. They're giggling already. They're like, you know what this is all about. This is just permission to do it. And this is part of building that garden so they will come type thing. You're incredibly creative. And when you're feeling good and sensual and up in your own beautiful divine feminine experience, you get really creative. So a lot of that's going to be busting out of the seams. And if you're having a hard time figuring out exactly how to express it, ask the angels, but they're kind of giggling and saying it's more about figuring out where to start with it. So this is your permission. Jump into that. Know that you're doing what you need to be doing to attract everything it is that you're wanting. And you're going to step into that even more. It's going to be juicy and beautiful, and you deserve it, sister. Awesome. Heather and Urs.
Yay. All right, Heather from Sacred Rebels, another card that I've never pulled before. Number 25. Release the dark wound, let love live. So that is an incredibly beautiful, looks like, it speaks of transformation to me in a big way, because it looks like you can see the old fish going in and then it's sort of coming back alive as it's going into the water. This is a really interesting message, I think, too, with this full moon that we have coming up on Monday. As we talk about always with full moons, they're a big time of release. but the full moon, the moon's going to, and the sun together are going to get a big challenge from the planet Saturn, which is in the sign of Pisces right now. And that just speaks so much as far as the water and the fish and the two fishes that are with the Pisces symbol. It's two fish kind of pulling away from each other. So there's always that dynamic of the life, death, rebirth cycles and transformation, because there's always some kind of letting go in that process. So the healing process for this card is say the declaration below out loud 3 times. Be in your heart and really feel what you are expressing. I now choose of my own free will to release all cellular memories and belief systems based in the dark wound of criticism, judgment, shaming, and fear, so that my creative, loving energy may thrive in a nourishing environment conducive to growth. Through all time and space, through all dimensions of my being, through unconditional love, so be it. I think that pretty much sums up the whole energy that we're coming into right now with the full moon in a really beautiful way. So that's a great reminder of all the things. And you can go back. This feels like there's a little bit of karma involved with this message too. So you can definitely actively heal that and release that energy in any way, but maybe just saying this little healing process prayer can help with whatever it's speaking to you specifically.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Jess for Danielle. Cool. And then after that, I'm going to read for Sandy. Ursa's going to read for Fidget. And Jess is going to read for Kelly. So that will be the end of our list today. And I'm so glad you guys are all here. And thanks for holding the space.
Alrighty. So I got... All right, I'm pulling from my Avalon deck. I went for the animal deck first, but then at the last second, I don't know. But it's funny because I got an animal anyway, so...
Did you see Danielle's comment too about her card? I just put it up there now. She said she was specifically looking for a message from Spirit about her heart when it comes to romantic love and partnership. Just so you know.
Okie doke. So this is interesting because I drew the horse, which in this case here represents accepting help from another, delegating authority. I also know the horse to represent freedom and choice. So there's that. I'm not sure how that played. I was just drawn to say that all freedom and choice are represented by the horse as well. Accepting help from another, delegating authority are... Hold on. Okay, so from the animal deck, we got Pelican, which represents forgiveness. Let go of your judgments. And that could be, that is of yourself and others. Forgiving yourself is going to be the key basically to everything in your whole life. I'm feeling that really, really deeply and in an empathetic way. So I feel like this is not really exactly about somebody else. It's about you. Forgiving yourself, letting go of your judgments of yourself, understanding when it's okay to need help, and that everybody does. And the hardest thing is asking. But it could also, I feel like it's maybe, this is again like an internal situation, like I had with Pete, like this, all of this feels like internal conversation and not necessarily asking someone else for help. It's like helping, like this one side of you asking the other side of you for help, like working in, like it feels like there's a lot of confliction, internal conflict, and the key to resolution of that will be finding a balance between the two voices and dropping the judgment of yourself. Your past does not define you, I hear. So don't let it. I was just saw a picture of a pelican with that big old beak full of crap, basically, like not poop, but like stuff, and then it like just all falling out, and them like flying higher. Like, I'm not sure what that. That's what I looked at the card and that's what I saw it doing. So it's like, just get it out, and it's weighing you down. The judgment of your own self and the forgiving of yourself. Because trust me, others have. So it's going to be about having both sides of yourself working together. Delegate authority to the side of you that won't shut up, or the other way around. It happens to me all the time. I'm feeling this really deeply, like on a, like I said, empathetic level. So I know all that's way easier said than done, but it is the key, not just to what you're asking about right now, but it's going to be the key to basically every single thing for the rest of your life.
Yay!
Key to opening it and like having like a higher flight level, Whew. I love you.
She loves you too. She said, thank you. I feel lighter for real. And the pelican, she was like, oh my God, that resonated a lot. Freedom and choice plays very well into that topic. And I know Danielle and I can hear her giggling already. I know that this resonated a lot. So you hit the nail on the head, I'm sure, for her in many, many ways. And I'm sure you guys will get to talk about that. And Pete also liked internal sureness. All right. Next up, I'm going to do a reading for Sandy. Sandy said, hello. I love this one. I'd like to ask why female coworkers are and seem mad at me when the only thing I did was stand up for myself. Thanks, heart. So boundaries, as Sophia brought up, is a big thing right now. And when it comes to the workplace, that is one of the best places to practice. The workplace is also a really hard place to practice because it's a whole bunch of adults who have a lot of unmanaged inner children who've never grown up or been healed. And a lot of the time what happens is we're all trying to navigate it and figure it out together. So sometimes when we first put up boundaries and speak our truth, it will trigger others because it's not what they want to hear. They're not used to saying no. They're not used to getting their way. When we're in the workplace, things are not fair. There's bosses. Sometimes your bosses are not the best people to get along with or the nicest. Sometimes there's coworkers who are doing things. And the best thing you can do is speak your truth. And then also with that too, or stand up for yourself. Sometimes it's about letting them get triggered or doing your own inventory, making sure, all right, was it even worth me standing up for myself at this point? Is it even worth me putting my energy into that? They're showing that it's about you finding a balance sometimes when, yep, it's important for me to speak my truth. And then sometimes it's like, let me just sit back and let it all play out and see what happens. You're very sensitive energetically, and it's important that you monitor that as much as you can and manage it as much as you can. The rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, and sweetness in life. The rose is there to protect the thorns. This is a big confirmation that because you are allowing your thorns to protect you, because you are standing up for yourself, you're actually earning the right to feel more peaceful and feel more at joy. The harder part is knowing that what others say and do is a reflection of them and the awareness within themselves, and to not take it personally. One of the best books for this that all of us here at Sea Goddess have read, and many, many people for many years, is The 4 Agreements. And it talks about not taking things personally, not making assumptions, and allowing others to be. And that could be, if you haven't read it, or if you haven't read it in a while, it could be something that really supports you right now in your workplace situation. You also, for an angel card, got connect with music. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music. I'm seeing as simple as putting headphones on at work if you can and listen to music, but also allow music to be there to support you and to soothe you and to help you to release a lot of this stuff at the end of the day. And to know that you do have a right to your joy, you do have a right to your peace, you do have a right to stand up for yourself, and you do have a right to decide if and when it's all worth it. So just know that you get this beautiful rose card and connect with music and enjoy your peace. So big confirmation cards. And if other people get triggered, do your best to not take it personally. That part's on them, sister. All right. Next up is Urs for fidget, and then Jess for Kelly, and then we're going to wrap it on up for today.
We got a repeat for fidget. The same card that came out for Beth came out for you. Number 33, Heaven Sent. I feel like this has a bit of a different meaning for you, though, than it did for Beth, but I feel like it's kind of coming up again for everybody. And once again, it's that connection to the divine. It's just remembering that we all have that halo around us. We're all, part of it. We're in this human experience, but we all have that connection there at all times. And if we need help, all we have to do is ask. So the healing process, like I said before, on this one is short and sweet. It just says, say, through unconditional love, I now accept the spiritual gifts that are bestowed upon me with complete trust and gratitude. So be it. So whatever that means for you, fidget, I hope that resonates. And it came out again. So
that may be simple, but that's damn powerful.
Seriously, it doesn't have to be long.
Like Ursula's just sitting over here evoking seriously powerful shit for everybody today. Like that's and knowing a few words for the day, let it be those. Like
that's like I feel like too with everything we're talking about, especially this time of the year, and we're dealing with coworkers and family and all the things that come along with the holiday season, whatever it means for everybody. Just remember that we're all loved, but we are all love anyway. We embody it. We are it. It's our journey in this lifetime is heaven sent, and just remember that connection to source and just drop into your heart space. And when you're feeling unloved by anybody else in your life, love yourself.
Paint,
yeah,
Brenda.
Next, be creative.
It's your art. It's your art. This woman is the most talented painter.
Ah, nice.
Artist in general.
There you go, fidget paint.
I love it.
All right.
So wanted to throw that in there.
But most certainly, every single person watching right now, you are magic, you are divine. Like Earth said, you are heaven sent, you are meant to be here. And we all get caught up in our stupid programming and traumas and dramas and bullshit. And we forget the beautiful essence of ourselves and the gifts that we came down here to bring. And it's all perfect. It's all beautiful. Even on our worst days, even the worst mistakes we've made, there's so many opportunities and gifts and things there. And, we're all creators, and whatever way that comes out, whenever that comes out, let it. And I encourage it. So I'm glad that you brought that up, Jess, because everybody needs to hear that today. Even if you're a good painter or not, get out there and do it, whatever way that looks like for you. All right. Last but most certainly not least is Kelly Lightbridge with Jessie.
Oh, my bish, my lovely lady bish. All right. Sorry, I had to. It was just her birthday.
I know. Now I'm up in there with you. Evoked the spirits of the dance.
So I'm pulling from my Avalon deck, and I pull number 36, which is movement. Which that is just you, girl. You have shifted some freaking boulders right on there. I'm just saying, like, you've moved mountains. So just chill. You're good, The owl represents wisdom, but also deception. Now, again, this is the whole time, the whole hour here. I'm not seeing any external things in regards to any of these messages. Like, this is all internal dialogue. Like, you've moved boulders, mountains, literally, and what I'm talking about. And so it's like, let the river take it away, and stop deceiving your own self that you haven't done this work. You're a freaking queen, you know? So like, you've done it. You've done the work. And so you can let go of the need. I'm feeling like there's somebody dishonest, and it's you in you. Like it's again the mental chatter. Like, don't let the chatter deceive you into thinking you have not done like just lifetimes worth of work in what, 2 years, you know? So hang on. One more. And that was number 13, which I always look at as a lucky number that represents all sorts of things. Oh, there she is. High Priestess. That's you. Geez, look at that. Full moon, all the tools. There's a raven, there's an owl in there. She got potions, incense, books, which is the wisdom. It says discernment, prophecy, vision. You got it, girl. Like, this is you. So stop letting the internal doubters convince you that you haven't, moved mountains. I just keep hearing she's moved mountains. So like, let the rubble flow down the river. Like, you are wise, and you have discernment, and you've been using it. You have everything, every freaking thing. No, you're rad. Okay, so stop telling yourself you're not rad, because you're super rad. You've moved mountains. So give yourself credit, Stop finding things to pick on inside yourself. Yeah. I love you. Happy birthday, B.
Aw. Beautiful.
This isn't just because I love you. This is the card.
Yeah, you don't just get the owl and the priestess for no reason. So
no. Yeah. I love you.
Very beautiful today. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We're so grateful that you hang out with us. If you haven't already, we have our Sea Goddess community on Facebook. It's a great spot to keep up to date with all the things that we have going on. We have a beautiful email list. We send out awesome emails in our newsletter every month that y'all can check out. It's beautiful. We have all kinds of online classes and things all the time. What's coming up soon is tonight. I'll be in Mays Landing at the Sage Lady shop if you want to stop in and say hi or get a little $22 tarot reading. I'll be there from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in Mays Landing at Zen Landing Wellness Studio / the Sage Lady shop. Ursula is going to be teaching CIA, which is the Cosmic Intelligence Association's class for astrology and aromatherapy. And there's a link if you want to sign up for that right on our website. We have online Soul Circle coming up. Jesse's still making dragons. We got Small Business Saturday coming up, and a ladies' night at Ileana's in a couple weeks. What's up, Jess?
Just that there's a coupon for readings with me. I don't remember what it is, the code, but there's a 20% off coupon if anyone's interested in reading with me. Right? Yeah.
What were we going to say?
No, there is, because I just don't remember what it is.
You can find that and many more exclusive coupons in the Soul broadcast for November. The link is right in the description for today's show.
Cool. I just wanted to mention that. I didn't mean to interrupt. I always forget when I have them.
Yeah, and I also, too, Mandy, we're doing the Luminary Light Festival at Upseeking Lighthouse in Atlantic City on the 9th. So right after the Ileana's event, and we'll all be there for that, too. And then
we have a busy couple weeks coming up, people.
Yep.
Just a reminder for everybody that's on with us right now that's also a Soul Garden member, their recording for yesterday's reading session has been uploaded to the folder. So check your email and get into there too, because you all have messages in there as well.
Yes. And yeah, I feel like that's all of our announcements, but if there's more, you'll figure it out. You'll find it. Pete also had a nice comment. He said, "Thank you, ladies. I'm grateful Spirit let me know that you were holding space and had some information for me. Love yous," which is very Jersey Philly. I love that. Love yous too. And Danielle said, "Thank you, Ursula. Oh, this is so beautiful." So yes, keep liking us, keep following us, keep hanging out with us. Like we said, all 4 of us are going to be in person second week of December, and you got some opportunities to come see us and hang out with us. I'm literally going up to Vermont and picking up Lexi and bringing her down here, so it's going to be awesome. And yeah, we have a meeting after this, so Urs and Jess, I'll send you a Zoom link in our messenger and we'll go meet up on Zoom. And big love to everyone. Oh, and I wanted to end on Emily. Had a really good last message. She said, "Let the it's already done party begin." I feel this message too. So let the it's already done party begin, and we'll see y'all on the other side. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye, everyone.